Breaking tonight, our friends over at the Media Research Center, they came out today with part one of their very revealing new report. It's entitled 2017, the year the news media went to war against a president. Now, in this study, they detail just how ridiculously partisan the media's coverage was of President Trump's first year in office. For example, check out this graph. It shows the negative coverage of President Trump and his administration, what they received on the network evening newscasts throughout the year. It consistently, you can see it right there, hovers around 90% negative versus 10% positive. Neutral coverage was excluded. And not surprisingly, those same network evening newscasts dedicated an insane amount of coverage to the fake news Trump-Russia collusion story. In fact, according to the MRC, they spent over 1,200 minutes talking about it, far exceeding the coverage that they gave to any other story, which, of course, were also anti-Trump. Now, the Media Research Center also gave us an exclusive sneak peek at part two of this report, where they analyzed 6 Trump accomplishments that the network evening newscasts have virtually ignored. The president's actions on deregulating, expediting pipeline projects, promoting religious freedom, reforming veterans care, confirmation of conservative judges, drilling in parts of the Arctic and elsewhere, and moving us to energy independence. For anyone else to look at these graphs, if you think the news media is not biased, didn't have an anti-Trump agenda, well, what more proof do you need? Watch today's press conference. Here with reaction, The Hill's Joe Concha. You are an island unto yourself in a lot of ways, because you're not in the bubble echo chamber. And I notice they don't like you for that.
Well, I'm not here to make friends. I just want to look at things objectively, honestly. And if by not being a conformist puts me on an island, then so be it. You talk about Media Research Center. Pew Research did another study just to show that this isn't just one study done by a conservative group.
Right.
Pew Research at the end of the year showed that President Trump gets 5% positive coverage. Now, numbers don't mean much unless you contrast it with something. So let's look with the previous president, what he got in his first year. Only 20% negative coverage. President Trump, 5% positive. President Obama, 20% negative. And as you said, the President Trump had plenty of accomplishments. It was bumpy sometimes, obviously, with health care, but how you get to 5%, I have no idea. So what it tells you is that there's not just bias in the media, Sean, but that of the blatant variety.
I did an 195 holes on fake news CNN alone.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow night? I'm going to do all 195.
Really?
I'm going to do, I got to.
Just don't play the drinking game where you have to do a shot of a Boilermaker every time you do one. You'll be dead.
And you watched the presser today. I don't want any bias. What did you think of it? Because it was, to me, a collective insanity.
It underscores the hubris of the defeated, of a defeated narrative.
That's what Eric Trump said.
Really?
Yes.
He used my line, the hubris of the defeated?
No, close. I mean, he basically said they can't stand that they were wrong.
Oh, okay. I stole it from A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe, but that's a
Did
story.
you really?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Great.
But what we also saw was pious defiance that inflicts not all, but many in our journalistic community. I mean, by not accepting the results, you're not a medical professional, like a Dr. Ronnie Jackson.
Whoa. Yeah. Liberal Joe is not a doctor? There's not Dr. Mika Brzezinski? Are you kidding me?
Just to review what you're saying, on an almost daily basis.
Dr. Anderson Cooper?
Joe Scarborough does say that the president has dementia on his show on an almost daily basis. He also went to the Washington Post and wanted to put it in an op-ed. The Washington Post editorial editor, his name's Fred Hyatt, said we are not putting in our paper a specific medical diagnosis that wasn't conducted by a doctor of the president. So kudos to the Washington Post for doing that.
Yeah, okay, I'll kind of have to agree with you.
Come on.
All right. No, that's true. All right, but you watched the presser today, and you saw the president's doctor. The president asked for the cognitive test.
Yeah.
He not only aced it, it was a perfect score.
30 out of 30.
All right. Now, I've been around a lot of people. I've been around the president, as you know. I know that they're lying. And I'm not a doctor. I'll just follow in Liberal Joe's footsteps.
Yeah, I'm not so sure they're lying. I think they think because they watch a couple of episodes of Doogie Howser or the Grey's Anatomy that they're suddenly medical professionals. And honestly, you watch that press conference again, and I ask anybody to do it on YouTube, there are a lot of journalists that made fools of themselves today.
Totally agree.